Let me show you something over here. Have you ever been in this donut shop?
I like donuts, Ed, but donuts don't like me.
There's something here that gives a lot of people indigestion, of a different kind. It's a mechanical gadget that can make more donuts in 10 minutes than Mother could make in 10 days.
Say, that machine's a honey, isn't it?
Well, it certainly does everything.
Except one thing, you still have to dunk them yourself.
Please look.
This is the Unimation plant in Danbury, Connecticut. Another Unimate has just been born. It is limbering up its one good arm, fairly bursting with eagerness to get out in the field and take on all those odious jobs that men detest and perform so unreliably. Unimate is working out, demonstrating to its creators that it can and will repeat endlessly a complicated cycle of motions.
The quest to build intelligent machines began long before the computer age. The Green Lady was built by a 19th century craftsman to entertain the royal courts of Europe. Her complicated and graceful moves are rigidly controlled by a hidden mechanism.
How complex robots can be and how close to human intelligence they can come. The human brain is made up of atoms and molecules and nothing else. And if we can invent a robot which has a brain that is made up of units as small as those of the human brain, as complex as those of the human brain, and is as intricately interrelated as those of the human brain, you will have the equivalent of the human brain with everything there is in a human brain.
The best programs here can defeat 95% of all serious human players.
In my view, there's an enormous difference between judgment and calculation. It is that gap, the difference between judgment and calculations, that computers can't cross.
Is the computer just a calculator, or is it capable of judgment? Proponents of artificial intelligence argue that the fundamental processes of human brain cells are just as mechanical.
There will come a time when they will be able to learn, and they will end up doing more than we have originally programmed them for.
Artificial intelligence is based on the faith that there are rules underlying every aspect of human life. Rules which can be uncovered, turned into programs, and given to machines. But do such rules really exist?
We don't know the rules for being a human being or the rules for how to move and stand up. We just embody those rules.
And the fundamental difficulty with computer understanding of language is that there are human experiences, uniquely human experiences, which the computer by its very nature, in virtue of its structure, in virtue of the difference between its structure and the biological structure and needs and so on of human beings, can simply not share.
I think that whatever the shared experience is, you have some rule for accessing it. It's just a question of understanding what people think they know and think they are understanding in a situation.
Intelligent computers could take almost any conceivable form, and I'm sure they will, according to the duties they had to perform. Most of them will tend to be just gray metal boxes sitting around and thinking and communicating instructions to all sorts of specialized tools and devices and machines. They're already doing this in many ways because our society now would collapse instantly if the computers that run it were taken away. And this, of course, raises tremendous social and philosophical problems. The much more profound question of what is the purpose of life? What do we want to live for? And that is a question which the intelligent computer will force us to pay attention to.
Perhaps we will run things better in partnership with smart machines. Perhaps we'll no longer run things at all.
And there's no reason why you stop there. Once you build a robot that complex, you will undoubtedly, with that robot's help, be able to build a still brighter robot or computers.
It's possible that we may become pets of the computers, but I hope we will always retain the ability to pull the plug if we feel like it. And if we don't, in fact, if we do hand over everything to the computers, that will just prove the thesis that I've sometimes suggested, that the computers are designed to be our successors, and that perhaps when they come along, it's our function to become obsolete, as our predecessors have become obsolete and been replaced by us. And I feel that that happens, it will serve us right.
Nobody would manufacture a knife without a handle to hold it by. And it's ridiculous to assume that if you were capable of building a robot, you wouldn't be also capable of building it with certain set procedures built in that would keep it from killing you.
There is a tendency for man to believe machines more than other people, but I don't really believe this is appropriate. And I hope this won't happen.